Intro Act 1. So I'm Jonathan.
I'm Beth.
And together we're D&D Duet. And something that we've gotten a bit of feedback on, that we've heard from people that follow our blog and have played our adventures, is they were interested in seeing what it actually looks like when we play D&D one-on-one as a duet. What's it actually look like? And so the goal for today is to run through the first part of our First Blush adventure, our introductory adventure for D&D, which you can pick up on DM's Guild, and to show you kind of what it looks like to play Dungeons & Dragons with only 2 people. I'm going to DM today.
I'm going to play. Any questions that you have, we'd love to see in the comments. We also talk about one-on-one D&D a lot on our blog, but this is meant to be more of a model, and especially for our wonderful patrons. Thank you all. So we're hoping that this will be helpful, and it's modeling something that you guys have already played yourselves, so it shouldn't be redundant, though hopefully will still be interesting.
So First Blush is a great introductory adventure that walks you through the 3 pillars of play. We've got a little bit of combat, we've got a little bit of RP, we got a little exploration, and we're going to give it a shot. First Blush was the very first adventure that I ever wrote for Beth as we started our duet a year and a half ago.
A year and 3 months? March 9th.
Oh,
2018.
Nice. And so we took what worked from that and adapted it so that people could enjoy it on DM's Guild. So without further ado, let me cue some music here as we get started with First Blush.
Do you want to say where the music's from?
Oh yeah, the lovely music that we're going to use today is from Tabletop Audio. They do incredible work, and you should all go support them on their Patreon.
Nice. So,
as we begin First Blush, you find yourself in a well-appointed library, wall-to-wall, covered in books, the scratching of quill on paper as other scholars in different areas record the important information in their scrolls and tomes, and you're in the middle of a lecture from your beloved Master Elias, as he is teaching you all of the finer points about whales and whale baleen and rendering whale fat and things like that. And as interesting as this subject would be to any young noble lady, you do find yourself with the afternoon sun kind of coming through the window, warming you. You find yourself kind of beginning to doze, and as this happens, well, Elias, what? Am I boring you, dear?
No, Master Elias. Sorry, I just didn't sleep very well last night.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I would think that the finer points of whaling and whale baleen would capture your attention and act as a stimulant to your constitution. But I'm sad to see that that's not the case. Did you not sleep well because of your coming travel?
That had a lot to do with it. I'm sorry. Your lecture was wonderful. I only missed the very last part.
Well, I would run it back, but then I would have to start from the beginning. So, really, this is. Let me see the time. And this is a good point, I think. Perhaps we should call it a day.
Okay.
So as Master Elias begins to kind of like pack his lecturing accoutrement, and you stand up. Who stands before Master Elias?
So my character's name is Eliath Amastasia. So she is a half-elf noblewoman. The technicalities would be that she's a level 1 ranger. But so she has long red hair and, the cute pointy ears, bright green eyes.
Perfect.
Perfect.
So Master Elias is going to finish gathering his things, and he kind of offers you his arm, and you take it, and kind of pats you on the hand as he begins leading you from the library. He says, "Well, I understand that Stormguard Barmir has something planned for you before you head out."
Yes, he has been pretty excited and adamant that I be very prepared and very prompt.
Well, it's good that we concluded.
Okay.
As I know that I know you've got quite a journey ahead of you, young lady.
Well, and you too.
Indeed, but I'm not worried about what I'm going to pack. You'll remember to pack warmly, as where we're going is quite cold this time of year.
Yes, I will remember. I have my cloak set aside.
I have three trunks of warm clothes, so if you run out, just let me know.
Okay, I think my mom took some of my clothes already, but I will be sure to find your rooms and ask you if I need help.
It's good to consult your elders on matters of packing and warmth. We know about things like this. So he kind of good-naturedly takes you through the hall, and you know Master Elias to be the person kind of in charge of your intellectual development, whereas Stormguard Barmir is very much in charge of your physical development, and the two kind of have a friendly back and forth as Master Elias leads you to the training area of Stormguard Barmir. Waiting outside the door that leads to Stormguard Barmir's training facility, you see before you a rather stocky dwarven male with thick auburn hair and a braided beard, and he's stout and he just looks strong. And as he sees you all approach, he looks over. Well, do my eyes deceive me? Is that Master Elias? And Eliath, my wayward and rather punctual student. Very good. And Master Elias, oh, calm down. She'll get through whatever tomfoolery you have set up for her in no time. She was learning about whaling. Whaling? What good is that going to do for her? She's got to be quick and strong, and they kind of go back and forth. And Master Elias kind of pats you on the hand as he kind of puts you into the charge of Stormguard Barmir. The Stormguard looks over to you, and Master Elias kind of says his goodbye. We'll reconvene at the teleportation circle before we go. Just remember to pack warmly.
Yes, of course, Master Elias.
Don't forget.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget to pack warmly, because you won't be able to pack yourself. Anyway,
Did you remember to pack warmly?
Oh, lass, I'm a dwarf. I'm always prepared.
Of course. I should have remembered.
That's the motto of the dwarves, is to always be prepared.
Is it?
I just made that up, honestly. But it sounds good, doesn't it?
It does. It sounds great.
Yeah. Hey, so I've got a little something special jammed up for you today. It's a little bit different
Okay.
than the usual humdrum. But just remember when I taught you.
Okay.
Whoa. So he reminds you that after running this kind of training, he wants you to go and we're on a timetable here, and after this, you gotta go pack.
Okay.
And we can't dilly-dally around anymore. I know that you wanted to stay back, take it slow, but sometimes we gotta do things we don't really want to do.
Okay.
It's called duty.
Yes.
All right, get in there. He opens the door into kind of you see a flash, and you smell you smell like freshly cut pine, and for just a moment you see a monstrous kind of room that you're quite familiar with. That's Barmir's training area, but you only see it for a moment because as you step forward into your trainer's new death trap contraption, the room vanishes, and you're kind of plunged into darkness, and behind you you're gotcha. So how do you deal with the sudden darkness that you're plunged into?
Can I see at all?
You can see. As a half elf, you have dark vision.
Awesome.
So you can see 30 feet in front of you relatively clearly.
Okay. Is the big thing I saw 30 feet in front of me?
It is, you see the entrance is about, you know what? Let's roll a perception check.
Yay, perception! Okay, we're gonna start with the green dice and see how it goes. Okay, 17.
17, no problem. You step forward. You see a corridor. The entryway kind of funnels you into this wooden corridor, and there's a short hallway at the end of which there is a solid wooden door. What do you do?
Can I jog down the hallway?
You jog down the hallway.
Okay, can I open the door?
You move to open the door, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, as
Oh no.
Stormguard Barmir has rigged this door with a kind of a simple rope and pale contraption that you didn't see above the door.
9.
You cry out in horror as a bucket of what can only be described as black ichor falls atop your beautiful red hair and coats you in nastiness. You're not really hurt so much as annoyed. Barmir is losing it in the darkness as he was. Oh, you didn't check for the trap! What? Have I taught you nothing, lass?
How far away is he from me?
So, roll a perception check.
Oh my gosh. It's like 5.
It's discombobulating being in this environment. It's pitch black, and his voice is kind of echoing around, and you would assume that he can hear you, but you don't really know where his voice is coming from.
Okay. I sigh dramatically. I open the door.
The door is open.
Great. What's in front of me now?
You see the corridor kind of splits off into 2 paths. Before you see a rope kind of descending off into the darkness, and below, at the bottom of the rope, there is a dark pool of water.
Wait, so I'm at a mid-level something?
Yeah, you open the door and it drops off into nothing. So you can kind of go up or down. You can climb the rope to go up, or you can dive down into the pool to investigate that.
Okay, I would like to go up.
Okay, so you kind of brush the ichor off of you as best as you can, and you begin climbing the rope. I'm going to need you to make an athletics check with disadvantage.
Oh no.
Because the ichor is making the rope really slippery.
Okay. 11.
It takes you a little bit. You're kind of sliding on the rope, and you're just gritting your teeth with the exertion that it's taking to get up this rope, and you keep but through sheer force of will, you manage to climb to the top of the rope. At the top of the rope, you see Oh, at the top of the rope, you see kind of a zip line that seems to go into complete darkness, and in the distance, you see like a small lit opening.
And the zip line seems to go towards the opening?
It does.
Okay. Do I see a way to take the zip line?
Or
any other traps?
You see the zip line. There's not anything there's not convenient handlebars and like a wheel or anything. But the line seems to go kind of at an angle. You need to roll a perception check for traps.
Okay. 10.
10? Doesn't seem trapped.
Wait, so it's gonna totally burn my hands though if I just slide down this rope, isn't
If you slide down with just your hands, then probably. So what could you use with you?
I don't know what I have. Something cool for my explorer's pack. Do I have rope?
I mean, you've got rope, you've got your sword, you could you've
I
got...
don't have my sword. I think I'd like to take rope and sling part of it over, and so just kind of hold and slide from there.
Cool. Let's call this a dexterity check.
Okay.
So as you kind of throw the rope over the...
Nat 20!
Nice.
So, 23.
23. Yeah, no problem. Very coolly, you kind of wick off the last of the nasty ichor, grab a bit of rope from your pack that you have with you, drape it over the zip line, and with a cry of what do you yell as you plunge in the darkness?
Can I do it really silently and stealthily though?
Oh, okay, yeah, totally. You like a ninja through the night. You go down the zip line, and at the bottom of the zip line, you do a really cool tuck and roll,
yes.
and kind of like a 3-point landing as you end up in the arena. The moment your feet touch the sand, you are on your toes for the combatants that you know will be arriving to test your skills. This has all been a warm-up to the combat arena that Barmir so loves.
Dun dun dun.
As you slide into the arena, you land about here. I need you to roll a perception check.
11.
So, the first thing that you see as you enter the arena is your old sparring pal Torvald kind of unsuccessfully ducking behind a couple of bags of stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Ooh. Yeah.
Cool. What's your initiative?
22.
22? That shouldn't even be possible.
I'm really agile and alert.
Yes.
Obviously. Me failing the first trap was just a trick.
Cool. So, as you kind of tuck and roll into the arena, you see your old sparring pal Torvald in front of you. He's got padded armor. He looks a little nervous because you gave him a pretty good thrashing just the other day. But he's got his padded wooden club with him as he looks up, and he thinks he's pretty hidden behind the sacks of potatoes or whatever that is. But you narrow your eyes as you take your turn.
Okay. I look at Torvald out of the corner of my eye, and I really quickly pull an arrow out from my quiver, and I shoot at my wonderful friend Torvald.
Okay. Roll to hit Torvald. He's got half cover right now, hidden behind the potatoes. So he'll have a little bonus to his AC.
Alright. 23.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna definitely hit. So as you kind of do your cool 3-point landing, Black Widow style, you unleash an arrow and you catch Torvald right in the dome with your blunted training arrow. How much damage do you do?
4.
Ooh, Torvald looks dazed as he kind of reels and, no, oh, not again. Now, as we proceed, it's Dressik's turn. you hadn't seen Dressic, but Dressic was hiding in the very end corner over here in the stands, and you're like, oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, it sounds like cheating.
So he is going to shoot a similarly blunted training arrow at you. Eliath, does a 22 hit your AC?
Only just barely.
That's a close one. So you're going to mark down a whopping 2 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
from Dressic's attack. Dressic is then going to rush forward. He's going to jump into the arena. Oof! And use the rest of his movement to hide behind that barrel, therefore increasing his AC as well. Torvald's going to take his turn. He is dazed and confused as he's going to stumble forward 5, 10, 15, 20 feet towards you. And he's going to try to attack you with his club. Eliath, does a 16 hit your AC?
It does.
Okay, so you need to mark down whopping 1 point of bludgeoning damage. These weapons being blunted as they are. He kind of almost looks sheepish as he manages to connect a clubbed, a padded club blow to your thigh. And it stings. It stings, I'm not gonna lie. But it's now your turn.
I glare at Torvald again. I quickly slip my quiver over my head, and I pull out my short swords and slash him across the chest.
Oof. Roll to attack.
Okay. The white one will be the...
Main hand.
Okay. Alright, so that's a 21.
Definitely.
And an 11.
The 11 misses, but the 21
Okay.
hits.
Why do they always roll where I can't see them? 4 points of piercing damage.
4 points of damage as you slash across Torvald's chest. He is staggered back. He loses his breath. Oh, I'm sorry. Barmio's watching. You know I've got a... Dressic under...
Wait, I want to move.
Oh, yeah.
Can I use Torvald as cover?
Ooh, absolutely. So yeah, without breaking melee range, you shift over and put Torvald's vulnerable body in between you and Dressic, who fires off his arrow as you do. He is going to miss. The arrow goes careening wildly off of the edge of the arena, upsetting a platter carried by a servant who has been trying to serve wine to a couple of nobles that are watching with kind of bored interest. There's a stain on my shirt now. I'm very upset. I'm a noble. That brings us to Torvald's turn.
Yeah.
Torvald is going to use his club once more. Does a 12 hit your AC?
Nope.
So you parry his club blow and send his arm flying back as we arrive to your turn.
Cool. Okay, I want to finish my lovely friend Torvald off.
Yeah, knock him out.
So you said he was like back kind of with an arm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think I'll either stab upward, whatever makes sense. I'd like to stab him twice again.
To attack. Roll to stab your friend Torvald.
I'm going to apologize after I do it.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a 23 and
Definitely.
an 8.
Woof. The 8 misses, but the 23, your tried and true main hand, does connect.
7 points of damage.
How do you want to knock poor Torvald out?
I think, I think maybe can I just like knock him over a bit?
Yeah, okay, so like you do that cool move where you kind of like step into him and beyond his heel, planting your ankle behind his instep, and with a simple kind of a shoulder check, maybe assisted a little bit with the point of your sword, you send him kind of flipping over. And he looks up
Buddy.
from the ground at you for a second and like makes to get up, and he's like, "Nah, not gonna do it."
I shake my head at him.
And stay down.
Can I use my movement?
Absolutely.
Okay, I would like to go 5, 10, 15, 20, and hide behind these sacks.
So yeah, you can totally get partial cover from being behind those sacks.
Okay, cool.
Dressic, not liking what he's seeing over here, he's going to slide back here and he's going to unleash another arrow at you. Does a 12 hit your AC?
No.
So the arrow sticks in the sack of potatoes that you've got your back pressed against, and cursing a little bit, he's going to try to get a little distance between you. I think he's going to go here and try to get an angle on you for his next attack. It is now your turn.
So since he likes to be at a distance, I would like to roll in to get in melee. 5, 10, 15.
His eyes go really big as you go diving over the sack of potatoes, short swords drawn.
And I think it worked well last time. So yeah, we'll just double stab upwards as I kind of stand.
Yeah, as you come up, both short swords out.
Okay. Ready? Ah! Okay. A 9, no, an 11, and a 24.
So his armor class is a 10. He's wearing a cotton shirt, being a ranged bro. He wasn't anticipating getting a melee with you today. I guess he shouldn't jump in the arena.
Okay. Oh, I rolled terribly. 6 points of piercing damage total.
Yeah, with that he's definitely got the wind knocked out of him. He looks rough. He's got definitely a bruised blemish kind of beginning to show under his
poor buddy.
Lily white skin. Yeah, he's horrified at the turn of events. He's going to he's going to look around, and he's going to take a disengage action, move back here, pull himself up out of the arena into the crowd. There are some nobles going like, ah, like one of them tries to kick him back in, coward. But he just looks like he's like, trying to get away.
I shoot him.
You turn and aim at the fleeing form of your buddy Dressic, unleashing a blunted training arrow. Yeah. As Barmir says,
gosh, I rolled 2. Okay,
just reroll.
Okay.
Just reroll
I'm
one.
Sorry.
It's okay. As Barmir cries from the crowd, "Don't let him get away!"
Oh, I rolled awful. 7.
7. The arrow goes careening off, narrowly. I think it'd be one of those situations where there's another improbable waiter there with a platter of wine. Oh no! It's okay. He's gonna dive to the side and take a shot at you.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit your AC?
It does.
You are going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. This one, he looks kind of panicked, and it looks like he doesn't even mean to, but this training arrow kind of clocks you right in the bridge of the nose, and it leaves you seeing stars, and you're kind of wavering, what in the hell?
I'm mad.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would like to pop around and just maybe try to knock him out.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Perfect.
15, 20. Here we go.
Are you going to climb up out of the arena?
Yeah.
Okay, so you vault up out of the arena.
Oops, I fell over. Okay.
Cool.
I'm out of the arena. Double short sword.
Double short sword.
I can't roll. 7 and an 11.
An 11 hits.
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
His AC is pathetic.
Okay, so that was my offhand 5 points of piercing damage.
5 points is literally exactly what you needed. He had 11 hit points total. So how do you put your old pal Dressic that just probably gave you a double black eye out of his misery?
I think With the padding, I could still like stab towards his abdomen and like shove him down, right?
Sure.
I think that's what I would like to do.
Yeah. So, kind of blinking out the water in your eyes from having been clobbered in the bridge of the nose, you, in a rage, vault over Torvald as he's just playing dead for safety. You pull yourself up out of the short arena and kind of just, I think it would be kind of, how do you do it? Like you like jab him in the solar plexus with the
or
with
maybe
the
even like turn the
blunted
knife
sword
and
and
just
yeah.
I don't know.
You give him the flat of your sword across the face as you kind of
That's
kick him
mean.
back into the arena. Ugh! Dressik and Torvald having met their match. From the audience, you hear a polite.
I nod and I hop back in.
You hop back down. As you hop back down, you hear Stormguard Barmir. You hear him before you see him, but he enters the arena as well. A mighty thrashing you gave him, lass. Well done.
Thank you.
2 against 1. I didn't know if you would be up to the challenge. I'm just kidding. I knew you'd be fine.
You knew I would be okay. Well, at least mostly okay.
That looks like a doozy there. Here, come here a second.
Okay.
He kind of he gives you a big red chunk of steak to put onto your face
Ew.
to cool the swelling.
I put it on begrudgingly.
With resignation, you apply the meat to your face, and you feel the swelling kind of seem less terrible.
You can explain this to my mom when she's mad at me later, but maybe I won't have to go to anything at the festival. So, since we're doing this as more of a demonstration module, we didn't want it to be super long. So, we've cut the RP a bit shorter than we would normally have it. So hopefully that won't affect this upcoming scene so much as it is meant to be more RP heavy or RP driven, but in some of the conversations so far we've been moving a little faster, certainly than we normally would when we play, but even I think just faster than we might encourage others to play. Of course there's no right or wrong way to do it, so whatever works best for you, but we are moving at a more rapid clip than we normally would. I defeated everyone.
Nice. So, well, I don't know if you're going to be able to go into any aspects of the festival.
Okay, maybe today. The ones tonight, I could do that maybe.
Yes. Oh, yes. Maybe because of the accident.
Be recovering.
Oh, no. Thank you, Dressik. He looks down, addressing the still unconscious. Torvald is playing possum until Stormguard Barmir leaves, but Dressik is well and truly out cold. I think Barmir kind of leaned down, pat him on the cheek. He looks up. Stormguard Barmir says to him, the lady was just thanking you. He looks up.
Yes, thank you, Dressik.
I live to serve, lady. Just gives like a kind of a thumbs up and slips back into unconsciousness.
I'm gonna pat my friend Torvald on my way out.
Yeah. You see a sneaky wink as he is gonna stay down until Stormguard Barmir leaves. Barmir says, Lady Elliot, I've really got to find some worthy challengers. You just took down 2 of my best, and, well, they're just not equal to the task like they used to be.
I just keep getting better, probably.
It's probably because of your excellent teacher.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. It's definitely the cause. So, I don't have a solution for you beyond that, though. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll just start importing real cutthroats from unsavory places.
You just find them in a port somewhere and bring them to the
to the castle. I'll bring a big net and just scoop them up.
Sounds horrifying.
It does. Maybe not that. I'll find something else, though. Don't let Master Elias fill your head with too much nonsense before you leave.
Okay, he means well.
I know that. I just, I prefer to be the man doing things as opposed to reading about other men doing things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're kindred spirits, you and I.
He's so cute.
He's so silly. So Stormguard Barmir is gonna kind of gesture for you to. You're kind of released from his tutelage for the meantime and free to. You go back now, and Master Elias is gonna be waiting on you.
Okay, alright, thank you.
Be safe. Remember what I taught you.
So as I walk, I do not hurry, but I would like to meander through the castle on the way back to my room.
You burn a good 10, 15 minutes just taking the slow walk back until you get to your quarters. As you approach your door, roll a perception check.
19?
From just outside the door to your quarters, you hear
I sigh really deeply to myself in a mostly happy way and just shake my head and open the door.
Sprawled out across your bed with his boots all over your duvet. Yeah. You see your dear pal Remy. He's younger than you are a little bit. He's kind of tall and gangly and thin. He's got messy, dirty blonde hair, and he's just at his leisure, kind of just eating his favorite snack. As you open the door, he jumps up. Hi. Hey, how are you?
I'm good, Remy. How are you?
I'm good. You kept me waiting, didn't you?
I didn't mean to.
That's all right. And I know you've got very important official lady things to do.
Mm-hmm. Very important official lady things were happening.
Well, I just, I had to see you before,
I'm glad you came by.
Of course. Of course.
How's your apple?
It's a bit mealy, I'll be honest.
Sorry.
But it's okay. How was your snack? He says, gesturing towards the steak that you have in your hand.
I take it off and I show my broken nose.
Are you quite all right? What happened?
I feel great. Jurassic hit me in the face pretty good.
How many fingers am I holding up?
9?
Close enough. I can't count.
He can count.
I know, I'm kidding.
Poor buddy.
That's terrible. You're quite all right, though.
Sure. I think I will be.
Hey, hold on. Just sit there. And he kind of fusses around in your room. He knows where everything is in your room, so he's just helping himself to a cool rag. He goes and gets a rag from somewhere and gets some cool water, and he's fussing over you as you sit there and let him dote on you. Now, why did you go and let something hit you in the face like that?
I didn't mean to. I didn't see it coming until it hit me, and I didn't really see it after that either. But
that's gonna leave a mark.
It did. I think.
Yeah. Well.
I feel it.
I think that some of the swelling is beginning to go down, but
That's good.
Well, you probably can't go to the festival now.
That's what I tried to tell Stormguard Barmir, but he didn't believe me.
He wasn't buying it then. Wow. I mean, is there anything about the festival that you're looking forward to?
The music's lovely, and I do like the dances, some of them at least.
Yeah.
That would probably be about it. Yeah.
Well, I know that you're not excited about going, but gosh, I'd love to see it one day.
Well, maybe in 2 years, you can come with me then.
As your date.
Maybe as a... Gosh, what would the title be?
Escort.
That sounds worse. It would be like
attendant.
We'll see. We'll just see.
Ah, yes. Oh, I thought you were more progressive than that. Let Milo birth. Just shoot. Okay. I'm just teasing you.
I know.
Giving you a hard time.
Thank you. Do you want to help me pack?
I would love to help you pack.
Thank you.
So he makes his way to your closet, and from your closet, there's just jettisoned this big case, and some sundry clothes just kind of start flying out of the closet, in the general direction of the case. Let's see. You're gonna need a cloak and maybe some. This nice blue turquoise thing looks good on you, and he's just doing it.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna pack my books and those sorts of things while he puts all my clothes in a chest.
Nice. What kind of books do you want to make sure to grab?
I would like some novels, please. Maybe some of what I'm working on with Master Elias, so I don't get too behind while we're gone.
I love that your half-elf ranger noble badass
You might have homework.
has homework that you're making sure to diligently include. That's adorable.
She's gotta have stuff to do.
So yeah, you pack your novels and your homework, and you hear from the closet, "Oh, look at all these."
Remy, what are you doing in there?
Nothing. I'm definitely not taking anything.
Is Remy taking something from me?
Roll an insight check. Oh my gosh.
17?
17. Remy is a teenage boy. You're a beautiful
Thanks, honey.
young lady.
Remy,
What?
leave everything there. I walk over to see what he's trying to take.
Roll a perception check. Against his sleight of hand.
Okay. 19.
Against his 7. So as you walk in, he kind of jolts upright, shoves something behind his back, and you scold him, and he says, "I didn't touch nothing," and out of his hands falls some little undergarments that he had been going to borrow.
Gross.
"I was just gonna play a joke," he says as they fall to the ground.
What kind of joke?
"I was just gonna get one of these stuck-up arseholes in trouble, perhaps with his missus."
So you're gonna plant underwear.
Evidence
Evidence.
in a place where it'd be discovered.
Well, whose room are you going into?
Well, just one of these stuck-up, "I'm better than you because I got born at the right place and with the right family." One of the people that we hate.
I get that. Sir Thomas.
How did you know?
I just could tell by your impression.
Sir Thomas, I mean, he was going to get a nasty earful, but now I guess I won't be able to play my hilarious practical joke.
I just don't want it to get connected back to me. I don't know how
Place your name on them. There's not enough space on here to write a name.
I know. Just in case.
Okay, I'll find someone else's.
Someone else.
I'll go talk to one of the.
Just take all of his underwear.
The ladies in the.
Put his underwear somewhere else that it's not supposed to be.
Well, I could do that. Sounds like a mission.
But be careful. Maybe.
Sounds like a quest.
A really calm quest.
I'll do it.
Okay.
They'll never see it coming.
It would be the heist of the century, probably.
Definitely.
What are you going to do while I'm gone?
Oh, I'm just gonna stare out your window, pine at the horizon until I see. What I guess you'll be coming back from the teleportation room and you'll just walk through the door again. But anyways, I'll pine into the horizon, and
it's more dramatic that way.
It definitely. I shall not eat. I shall not sleep.
It's 2 weeks.
I will not overeat, and I'll get a reasonable amount of sleep.
Okay. I think that sounds very fair.
But in all earnestness, I will miss you.
I know. I miss you too.
It's quite boring here when you're not here. Nobody else treats me like a human being.
We have your family.
Yeah. You have your family.
That's different.
That's very different.
So I give him a hug.
He hugs you back. Well, I've got mischief to go make.
Okay, make sure that you don't get caught.
Right.
I know that's pretty normal, but just be extra cautious.
I solemnly swear I am up to no good. He ducks out through one of the servants' entrances, kind of hidden around the room, and you know the castle is full of a warren-like array of tunnels that allow servants to kind of come and go, relatively unseen in the castle, and you have a few moments to yourself.
I think that I will just like sit at my desk for a bit and kind of look out the window. And just take a couple minutes, just me, since when we get there, it's going to be more crowded, and probably I'm not going to have that kind of time, but not for too long because I know I need to go meet Master Elias.
So, after a little while in kind of contemplation of your room and all of your things and the
I might leave Remy a little note too because I know that he'll be back in my room before I am.
Yeah, what does the note say?
Hey Remy, I knew that you would be visiting again. I think I'll come up with something he'd probably be looking for. So, here are some extra dried apples in the second drawer, something like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice, so you leave a note for your little friend and kind of enjoy the last few moments of peace and quiet that you are anticipating having before you arrive at the festival. After some time, you kind of gather your things and ask one of your house folks to get your chest down to the place as you make your way to the teleportation circle where Master Elias is waiting for you.
Hi, Master Elias.
Oh, I was beginning to worry.
Sorry, I just got a little delayed. I had to give Bernard an extra chest, and so it took a moment or two longer than I meant for it to.
Well, that's quite all right. I hope the chest was full of warm clothes.
So many cloaks.
Furs.
Furs.
Good.
Boots. Gloves. Scarves.
Hats.
Muffs.
1
One muff. A really elegant one.
Only 1.
I can only wear one at a time.
Did you get an over muff? I'm just kidding. That's something you probably won't need.
Okay, good.
Probably. And if you need one, you can borrow my over muff.
Sweet, thank you.
Yes. Well, very good. Are you ready?
I think so.
Kind of looks at you with a little bit of concern as he knows that you aren't particularly looking forward to going to the festival, and what it entails, the expectations of you there. Eliath, I just want you to know that it's going to be all right, even when things seem like they're not going to be all right. They will be. You're strong and smart.
Thank you.
It's like the emotion in his voice cracks.
I just take hold of his arm in we walk forward kind of way, but it's a demonstration of thanks. I've really appreciated our lessons.
Don't talk about them in the past tense yet. Got many more things to teach you.
I really appreciate our lessons.
I appreciate them too. He steps forward, kind of leading you into the teleportation circle that's supposed to bring you to the festival where your family is eagerly awaiting another chance to have you matched up and married off, and
With my black nose.
probably going to be immune to marriage. Master Elias raises his arms over his head, chanting in a throaty voice the final phrases of the incantation that should take you to the festival. As he kind of closes out the final utterances, you watch as the amulet that you're wearing that's been given to you as a child that you've never taken off slowly kind of raises up in this final moments before teleporting, and it seems like a flash bursts from inside the amulet, followed by an unsettling scream, before you feel that familiar full body compression that comes with teleportation. As you open your eyes, a scant few moments later, a howling wind greets your ears, and you feel the cold of a never-ending winter kind of ripping at your clothing. Looking around, you see that instead of being at the festival that you had intended to go to, you're in fact on top of some kind of mountain, staring up at the peak of the mountain as it kind of looms over you, menacingly gray against the gray sky. Snow kind of whirling and whipping around you. You look behind. Roll a perception check.
Okay. 11.
You look behind you and you can see an evergreen forest about a half mile below, but it's at the bottom of a formidable cliff.
Okay.
But ahead of you, you see what looks like some stone, some worked stone, kind of sitting at crazy angles, and it seems to be offering you shelter from the immediate cold.
Okay. I kind of pull my, leather cloak, whatever, around me, and I look around for Master Elias as I go to hide in the rocks.
So as you look around, you find that you're quite alone. Master Elias nowhere in sight as you begin trudging towards the rocks, slowly forming kind of into the shape of, you recognize these as ancient ruins on top of this mountain.
And I mean, we would be calling for him too, on the way, and kind of raising my voice over the wind, trying to find him.
And you feel a sense of, you're obviously terribly worried, but you also feel frustration and the beginnings of fear as you call and call over the howling wind, and no one returns your call.
How scary.
As you make your way to the ruins, You see before you the shape of a door. You recognize these ruins from your studies with Master Elias as elvish in origin, and you begin lurching towards them. As you approach the door, runes begin to appear, and your amulet begins to warm. And that's where we'll leave off for this adventure in First Blush. Play D&D with the people that you love, because D&D is awesome, and it's an amazing way to spend time with the people that are most important to you.